this was just kind of our version of the single cutaway body style. The neck carve is a wide, it's not as fat as some of the PRS necks, but it's not as skinny as some of the more shreddier kind of guitars. It's somewhere in the middle, which I like. I kind of grew up on that style. But the pickup, we went through maybe 12 pickup designs, and we pretty much went with one of the hottest pickups that they made. You know, so there was at the time there was no pickup at PRS that had that kind of attack. You know, so everything. Paul at Paul Reed Smith is very much into what he likes. You know, so he's a blues guy. He grew up on the blues and played the blues and loves blues players. So his pickups were more round sounding, and I wanted something that could do the percussive thing. So he sent us out just a dozen pickups. We went one by one and found this one. And at first I thought it was a little too bright, and my sound engineer came up. He's like, you know what, that pickup sounds great. Let's just tweak your tone a little bit up here, and that's what we did, and I'm glad we did, because it was, as a young man back there, I wouldn't have had the sight to know that this was going to live for the next 20 years.
And is it 20 years now?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's kind of cool, because that leads me into the next one. Although you've been predominantly PRS for 20 years on the guitar front, you've got a ton of different amps that you use backline-wise.
Yeah.
So what's come out for this tour?
So right now, my rig is pretty much 2 half stacks. On the top there is a Revision F rectifier. Revision F is I believe it's between serial numbers 500 and 1500 rectifiers, and so my favorite voicing. So that's the one I hunt down all the time. If I see a Revision F on reverb, it's hard for me not to buy it now, kind of a thing, because they're just not making it. I think I had a different transformer that you can't get anymore, and it's just a great sounding head. So keep an eye out. You can always tell because they have the blue light on there, and it's got this silver plate on the bottom and the black metal plate on top. It's kind of what you look for if you're looking for one. It's loaded with 6L6s. It's 100 watts. The amp underneath it is a PRS Archon. That's just an Archon off the shelf. It's another 6L6 based 100 watt amp. I'm a 6L6 guy, you know. But that's pretty much it. I'm 2 half stacks at all times. I'm a big believer in finding 2 amps that do something good and then putting them together to make something great. You know, if I just played the Revision F, I wouldn't like it. It would be too. It's a little too harsh for me. I need something to warm out the sound. So that Archon gives it the warmth and the mid range that I like. You know, like the Revision F is very much more of a scooped, but it's the bully of amplifiers. To me, that's the toughest sounding, beefiest rhythm amp that I could find. The Archon smooths it out, so together it fills this great big frequency range. The cabinets are vintage 30s, Celestion vintage 30s always. It's been my favorite speaker since I was a kid. The 2 boxes on top of the cabinets are aux boxes, which, you know, they're cabinet simulators, attenuators, a bunch of, you know, that they look very simple, but you can really dial them in.
Are you using them as attenuators, or just straight as load boxes and then into the PA?
Attenuators. That's all I'm using them for. I'm not even using them as direct. I'm using.
So the sound guys are still going to mic the cabs up, are they?
No, we go Palmer direct out to the front of the house. Yeah. We just haven't had time. You know, we got on tour and we figured we'd have time to really tweak them, but every day is kind of hectic, so we haven't dialed them in.
We're using the Ox almost exclusively.
Oh yeah.
It's a killer piece of kit. I think once you find that setting, it's a killer piece of kit.
My producer loved it. Miles uses it. But I use it for this rig just so I can take that preamp section of my tubes and soak them to the perfect tone, and then I can attenuate the volume down so these people aren't getting killed with just my guitars. You know, because we're not always playing the O2, where sometimes we're playing smaller House of Blues or something, and these people are going to get all guitars if I can't turn my stuff down.
I've always wondered, you know, how loud do you get to play as loud as you really want to on a tour like this, or is it always a compromise?
It's down because I am on in-ears now.
Right.
You know, so you see how we have the cymbals there with the shields in front of them. Miles takes great care of his voice, so he sings very quietly. So when you have to feed a signal through the mic, his mic is turned up so loud because he sings quietly that every little noise from stage is going to seep into his mic and ruin his mix. So with me on in-ears, that helps us turn the volume down. You put those in front of the cymbals. Brian is also on in-ears, so it's a very quiet stage compared to what we used to be the loudest band in the world on stage. So it's
Oh, look, I just anything we can look at pedal wise, or even just talk about if we can't see them.
Yeah. So pedal wise, my Morley wall pedal is my. If I had to use one pedal in the world, that would be it. I could really get away with just my wall pedal at still. Really. Because they have overdrive built into them, you can dial it in there with this wah boost knob.
This is your board?
This is my board,
I
yeah.
thought it would be way more complicated.
No. I only use a wah pedal, and then I go into the GCX ground control. The only real pedal that I love in there is my hand-wired tube screamer, which is just an overdrive on top of my rhythm channel. The only other two pedals I have is an octave pedal, which is a T-Rex octave, which I've used not once on this tour, but I love it. It's great just for fun and writing. Univibe, I use it sometimes if I just want to mess around. It's another pedal I've probably not used on this tour. So the only pedals I've used on this tour are my wah pedal, my overdrive pedal, and the PRS Archon always has a delay in the effects. It's a G-Lab analog delay. I'm an analog through and through. I'll never use anything digital. But that's always on. And I always set it, I don't tap tempo it throughout the show. I've got a song off of our first record called Giving Up that I always think in my head. And I always tap the delay to that tempo, and it works for.
Was that volume you just played at indicative of how loud we'll be on stage?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, is it?
That's it.
That's way quieter than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Well, that's this tour. I'm a changed man. I used to be really.
Oh well, I imagine that all these other guys here probably want to ask you questions. But I'm going to duck out for now, and we'll see you a bit later on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But thank you very much all for listening, everyone, and enjoy.
Thank you, Captain.
So I can play now. Yeah. So the dirty tone sounds like this. So if you want to see what each amp does, the rectifier, like I said, is the more scooped. And it's completely dry. The Archon's got more. Again together. I didn't talk about this. This rack here is a Kikasui. We travel around the world a lot with voltage is always all over the place. You never know what you're going to get. And these amps don't like to perform too high or below 120 volts. So this rack here keeps it very, very consistent. It's much more fine-tuned than like a Furman power conditioner or something like that. This is probably could be the most important piece of gear I have on stage. Is this rack right here. But that's the rig. And you guys have any questions? Now's the time, I guess.
We use a mic, like an ambient mic, to pick up the audience as well.
We have crowd mics on the corners. You see them right in front of the side fills there.
Yeah.
Funny thing is we have our crowd mics there, and a lot of times that's where security or our guests hang out, so you can hear them chatting away down there. As you're doing,
like, shut up.
I'll be playing Blackbird, and people, hey, what are you doing tonight?
Like, yeah,
and then we
interesting.
have crowd mics at the front of the house too, so you can hear it.
And what do you get? Do you get just yourself? Do you get a bit of a mix of the band as well?
I set it up like a Walkman. You know, I set it up so it sounds like you're listening to a record. You know, I'm not way out in front of everybody. I'm kind of where I'd be mixed on a record.
In the mix.
Maybe just a little louder than normal, but my vocals are probably louder than they'd be out in front of the house because that's probably the most important thing for me to hear. Right? But it's not way guitar heavy.
Okay, cool.
Are you switching out your Archon to the MT100 when it's tweaked and finished being prepared?
Oh yeah.
Do you know when that'll be?
Well, I was promised after the new year I'll get the new revision of it, but the one that I have at home right now, Seven Notes just recorded their record using it, and it's nasty.
Were you jealous listening to it?
It's beautiful and nasty all the time.
So you know that signature PRS that you got by?
Yeah.
How long ago did it made?
3 or 4 years ago.
And
Yeah. So one day they'll probably make it someday. You know, we keep having stuff like this, and we're gonna get. Yeah.
So you know your wah pedal. Are you going to release a version where you can just activate it by pressing it down with a switch? So
No.
no,
That's exactly why I don't use the crybabies. I don't want to switch. I want to take my foot off it and it turns off itself. That's my main. I love Morley's for that case. I've done so many shows back in my earlier days where I step on a crybaby, which I love to tone the crybabies, but I step on a crybaby and walk away from it. Walk away. I was like, oh, it didn't kick off, and I'm wiring across the road. So I like the Wazoo to step on.
Your Verisol, is there any chance it's going to make a comeback at any point? Because they only had that window where you could order way back when.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, they just came. I think they made like 500 of them, and they sold out, and then maybe they'll do a new finish or something. I'll tell them you asked. Yeah. Every time I start a new tour, I try to give them a chance because technology is always getting better, and it's just this time I tried it. Maybe.
Do you think that you will ever convert something like Kemper? Or
No.
you're not a Kemper guy?
The only time I would do something like that is if I'm doing a one-off gig or something like that. I'm not traveling with a bunch of stuff, but I'll probably be the last guy playing valve amps. To me, it's just home for me. Everybody says they sound just alike, but not to me.
Have you ever tried
You want the real
Evox?
McCoy?
Have you ever tried Evox Kemper?
Oh yeah, I've tried everything. Yeah, but I like amplifiers too much. I obsess more about amplifiers than I do about guitar.
And pinball machines.
And pinball.
Real machine.
Well, we're gonna get the sound check. We'll see you guys in like an hour. We'll see you in a minute.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys follow Paul over there upstage now?
Yeah. We're doing the